Hey guys! So here is the tutorial for the reversal red. But before we start with that, let me inform you first about the reversal red. This technique is the opposite of lapse blue. Since the lapse blue has the power to attract, the reversal red has the power to repel. So, let me show you how it works. First, in order for you to activate the reversal red, you just need to hold a redstone, then sneak. Once all the particles has been compressed in one particle, the reversal red is now charged and ready to fire. To launch it, just sneak again. The reversal red naturally reaches a 50 radius from the player. While the reversal red is in preparation process, the player won't be able to move. But once it is charged now, the player will be able to move again and aim to the target direction. The reversal red has a trigger radius of 3. Once the reversal red has been triggered by an entity, it will then explode, and will also drag all entities along its path. Entities that are being dragged will take 50 damage continuously. You can also extend the reversal red range by simply following it. Also, as you've noticed, when the reversal red has been triggered, there will be a quick red flash. Although that's just a visual effect. By the way, here's a reminder for you. I do not recommend that you use it near the commands, since it can destroy blocks. Chances are the commands could also be destroyed. It also has a simple animation. Alright, so that's all for the description of this technique. Shall we proceed now to the commands? Let's start by adding the Gojo tag to us. Now let's put a sneak detection command. This command will also disable our movement after we sneaking. Next, let's add an activation sound effect. When the previous command got activated, this sound command will be played. After this, let's add a simple animation. So when the sound command earlier got activated, this command will play an animation to the user. Now let's summon an armor stand to use as our red. So when the previous command got activated, an armor stand named red will be summoned in front of us. Next, let's make sure that the red will stay on its place. Let me test it for you. There you go, our red has been summoned. Let me just enable again my movement. Now let's summon a particle emitter armor stands. This armor stands are responsible for making a curvy vortex-like particle effect. we need 4 of this. Let's add one more particle emitter. Another one. Last one. Alright, let's see what it looks like. See those armor stands that are facing on different direction? We will use them to create the curvy particles later. Next, let's make those particle emitter to rotate. Those particle emitter will rotate until they are facing the red armor stand. Now let's make the particle emitter to summon new armor stands. While the particle emitter are rotating, they will also summon armor stands named particle in the process. Next, let's make sure also that the particle emitter will stay on their places. Same goes for the particle armor stands. Let's see now what it looks like. There it is, the curvy vortex-like thingy. It looks good. Now let's move on to the phase 2. So when the red armor stand detected a particle armor stand close to it, it will then add charge tag to itself. At this point, the particle emitter is not needed anymore. When the red armor stand got tag charged, all particle emitter armor stands will be killed. Let's also add a sound effect here. This sound will be played when all particle emitter has been killed. Let's see. We can't see now the particle emitter. Now let's make the particle to disappear gradually. When the red armor stand got tag charged, it will then start to kill particle armor stand one by one. Let's duplicate that same command so that we can speed up the process. Let's see what it looks like now. Awesome! At this point, since the red is now charged, we should get back our movement now. When the red armor stand received the charge tag, our movement will be enabled again. Now, we need to make the red armor stand to follow us, so that we can launch it anywhere. Alright, let's see. Good, now let's proceed to phase 3. So basically, once the red is charged already, and then we sneak again, the red will receive a shoot tag. Let's also add a shoot sound effect. This sound will be played when the red got the shoot tag. Let's also put a simple activation particle. Oh wait, something's wrong with the previous command. Alright, let's proceed again. This particle effect will be activated same condition as the previous command. Now let's fix our animation. Now our animation will be back to normal. Next, let's make the red armor stand to move like a projectile. Once the red armor stand received its shoot tag, it will then start to move forward. Now let's put a max range for this projectile. So when the red armor stand got too far from our 50 radius, it will then disappear. Alright, let's see. Seems good enough. Now let's move to the last and phase 4. Once the red armor stand detected an entity within its through radius, it will then receive the explode tag. And when that happens, let's add now the red flash visual effect. Now let's put an explosion sound effect. This sound will continuously be played when the red armor stand has the explode tag. Then let's add the camera shake effect. This will provide something like an earthquake effect for the players. Now let's add the damage command. With this, entities that are within through radius from the red will receive 50 damage continuously. Oh my, another syntax error. Alright. Now let's test it out. Let's use some test subjects. Okay, now let's put a command that can destroy the blocks on its path. With this, all blocks within a 3x3 from the red will be destroyed. Oh gosh, I misspelled the execute. Alright, next let's put a command that will make the red be able to drag entities. All entities within through radius from the red will be dragged. Let's see again. Let's use a much tougher entity. Anyways, now that we're done with the main function, it's time now to polish it. Let's add now the particle effects. Misspelled anchored. What's happening to me? Alright, now for the particle of the red armor stand. Next, the explosion particle. This particle will be activated only when the red was able to detect an entity. Now let's make those armor stand invisible. Alright, finally we're done now. Let's see now our fruitful result. Oh, by the way, just a reminder, you can only produce one red at a time. You can't produce more than one while one is existing. Also, if you don't want to see armor stand twitching, I would recommend that you use this technique far from the commands. Looks like we're done now here. Bye-bye.